let's start with our guest first. Why don't you come on up? Just, I mean, all joking aside, we do need to watch the clock because they usually start to shut down about this time. So we'll be 15 minutes, okay? 8:30? Okay. You are?
Guy.
Guy, all right. Guy, guys, this is Guy. All right.
I'm not a writer, so maybe, but I was inspired to. And that's why I raised my hand. I'm a guest of Dwayne invited me here tonight, and I don't write, but I keep journals. I traveled a lot, and I'd use those journals to kind of record. Usually at the end of the day, how good a day it was, or not. And as I listened to some of the stories, in particular about the lion and then the Yeti, the Yeti in particular, it actually caused me to sweat because I've spent a lot of time in Africa. I've spent time in the Yukon. I've been in the Yukon several times. And on one particular trip in Africa, I was asked to help with a lion that had attacked somebody and was killing livestock and just creating havoc. And when they get like this, they're not killing to feed, they're just killing. So they're particularly dangerous, very hard to deal with. So I volunteered to help sort that out. And when you do that, you are literally putting yourself in harm's way, okay? We had set up a blind inside a tree about 8 feet off the ground, without planks, just sitting on branches, and then we had thorns in front of us to give us some protection, and then we had an animal out for bait, trying to attract the lion in. So I'm sitting in that tree, and it seemed like a good idea at the time, but after sitting on a branch like this for 6 hours, and the moon hadn't come up yet, so it's pitched, it's black as can be. And knowing that lion can do all kinds of harm to you, before you can sort it out, I was sitting there thinking about that kind of thing. And then while I was sitting up there, and all of our defenses are set forward towards where that bait is, because that's where you presume the lion's going to come, everything's going to happen in front of me. Behind me, I heard steps, and then crunching. And my back is exposed. I have a rifle, and I had a shotgun in case it got close. Then I had a big knife that I teased with the guy who was with, that the knife was for him. So I could hamstring him so I could run, and the lion would get him. But the reason I started to sweat was I knew something was behind me, and I knew I was totally unprotected. So in your head, you're going through, these are the things I'm going to do to try and stay alive here. And the rifle was not going to be helpful because when you turn this way, he's going to see it, and then he'll be on you before he can get there. So I figure I'll use the rifle as a protection. You can survive a lion attack if you can keep his mouth off your head, and you can keep his feet off your body. The front claws are going to get you no matter what, so you just deal with that. So that's what's going through my head. I'm going to turn with that rifle horizontal. I will give him the rifle to bite while I try and use the shotgun to end this thing. So as I've got my plan all worked out, and I turn with my rifle and I look down, and it's a porcupine. And he's sitting there chewing on the apple core that my partner had thrown on the ground. So once I kind of calmed down from that, I threatened to cut him again for a different reason. But anyway, that's my story, and it was in total reaction to what I heard tonight. It brought it back 100%.
And I envisioned Guy saying, then I jumped down from the tree, and that sucker sprayed me with all those needles, and I've never been the same.
You do not want to pick a porcupine.
A porcupine. No, you do not.